What is up, Rockers of the RockNation? This is your fellow Rocker here, ex-Rockerman X, and I'm here right now with my WWE Royal Rumble 2016 pay-per-view results and review. And pretty much before I go on about anything about this pay-per-view tonight, let me just say this from what I was able to watch, because I missed like the first. I missed a couple matches here and there. That's mainly because I was doing other stuff. Actually, no. Mostly because I got more interested in Lucha Underground just for the weekend. Because of that marathon on the LRA Network, and I say Lucha Underground. If you guys haven't watched Lucha Underground, fucking watch it. Especially with Season 2 coming on Wednesday. If you guys have LRA Network, fucking watch it. That shit. If I get more interested in that, that says something. But, however, I did watch the Royal Rumble last night. And before I say anything, I missed pretty much the first three matches, and that includes a pre-show match, but the kickoff match. But I will tell you now that the kickoff match was the Fatal 4-Way Tag match. The winners got guaranteed spots in the Rumble, with the teams consisted of Darren Young with Damien Sandow, the Dudley Boys, the Ascension, and Mark Henry and Jack Swagger. And before I say anything, well, not really before I say I'm talking right now, but Mark Henry and Jack Swagger picked up the victory here, so there you go. That's really all I gotta say on that match. I didn't watch it, but that's the result. Mark Henry and Jack Swagger won. As for the Intercontinental, moving on to the main show, let's go with the Intercontinental Championship match, which was contested under last man standing rules. Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens. And ultimately, what I was able to see of this match, it actually does make sense why the Intercontinental Championship obviously kicked off the night, stuff like that. Ultimately I did feel like either the US or Intercontinental Championship should have kicked off the show, so I'm glad. I still find it funny though, we got the last man standing match first. You figure they would have waited a little bit for it, but I guess it makes sense, but ultimately, from what I was able to catch this match between Owens and Ambrose, pretty damn good match. I'm not going to lie here. Because, from shit I was seeing, because I was, Ambrose getting put through the table from the top rope, shit like that happening, other people put through tables, just Ambrose being able to stand, Owens not able to stand, it was just a damn good. And granted, it was just a damn good last man standing match. Mainly because, again, it was just, from what I was able to see, again, tables, chair shots, shit like that. Just the whole 9 yards. What you expect to come to a last man standing match. Obviously, it's like a PG era last man standing match. But the point of it is, it was still a last man standing match. So it was pretty damn good, I will say. But, Kevin Owens, or not Kevin Owens, what do I think Kevin Owens? Dean Ambrose won and retained the Intercontinental Championship. So there you go. As for the next match, which apparently was for the tag titles, supposedly, maybe. I don't know. I'm still not for sure about that. It probably was, but granted, I didn't see this match either. So, we got the New Day versus the Usos, and generally, from what I've heard, people saying that the New Day vs. Usos was a basic tag team match, obviously. And it's kind of what you would expect from what I've heard. And this is from what I've heard. I didn't watch the match. I didn't get to watch this match. But, from what I've heard, it was a basic tag team match. Nothing special to it. They're in and out, and the New Day won. And honestly, at least I can say to at least 4 of my... Actually, no, not even 4. Now, let me see here. Actually, we got 50% correct on my predictions this time around. So, rip. But, yeah. There you go. New Day won. And if it's for the tag titles, they retained the tag titles. Simple as that. Now we got the match after that. We got the United States Championship match. Alberto Del Rio versus Kalisto. And yet, I still find it funny that we got 2 Mexicans or Mexicans. I don't know about Kalisto exactly. He's a luchador wearing a mask, stuff like that. But granted, You know, there's probably American people that are luchadors too and wears a mask and don all that stuff, but I still find it funny though that two Mexicans of all people were fighting over the U.S. Championship, the United States Championship. I just find that funny, but I'm not gonna lie. But ultimately, this match was a good match. I will say that. Granted, I can't speak. Granted, it just felt like either a Raw or a SmackDown match they had against each other. But I guess it's to be expected, really, Del Rio versus Kalisto. You know, because they've had... What, Raw was the United States Championship match, you know. Del Rio went back on SmackDown. And then here, oh, Royal Rumble. Oh, here, yeah, let's have another United States Championship match. And let's see who wins, blah, 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 whatever. And granted, Kalisto, from what one of my YouTube friends, a.k.a. who's also in the wrestling community, said that Kalisto is like is a copy clone of Rey Mysterio. Yeah, you know, I can actually see that happening. I can actually see Kalisto being like Rey Mysterio because he's already pulling like the small man, big heart, you know, pulling out the Eddie Guerrero card. Stuff like that, acting like doing stuff Rey Mysterio would. You know, I mean, I'm not trying to sound negative about Kalisto. I mean, granted, I do like the luchador styles because, you know, I've been watching Lucha Underground stuff like that lately. Or throughout the weekend, so, you know. But still. But anyway. Ultimately, this match was a good match. Back and forth, you know. Alberto Del Rio, obviously, he's obviously well adapted to luchador style because he's on the AAA circuit. He was on... Or I don't say he's adapted to luchador style. He just knows what he's doing when it comes to facing luchadors. Because he was on AAA. He was obviously on Lucha Underground's El Patron. Stuff like that. And you got Kalisto, the obvious luchador here. He can do shit. Minus that Kalisto botch. When he went to step on Del Rio's back and just laying it right on his head. That looked like, that botch looked like it hurt like a bitch. But, you know. But overall, this match, again, was a good match. Felt like a Raw match. Felt like it smacked. I don't even know anymore. But I'll give props to Kalisto for picking up the win. And Kalisto is, once again, your two-time United States champion. There you go. And now we got the Divas Championship match coming up. And ultimately, apologies for my hair being messed up. But, oh well. Give me a second. I just woke up and I figured I might as well record this, but yeah, I'm gonna upload it. But yeah, then we got the Divas Championship match, aka Charlotte versus Becky Lynch. And when Ric Flair kissed Becky Lynch, I just laughed my ass off. But ultimately, I don't know. I really don't know how to feel about this Divas match. I mean, it was a good match. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a good match, but it just felt I don't know. I had high hopes for the Divas division when the Divas... I don't want to say high hopes. But I did have hopes for the Divas division when this Divas Revolution kicked in. But it's like, you know... I don't know. Like, Becky Lynch, she has a way to connect with the crowd, obviously. And, you know, I like that, you know. Connected with the crowd. You know, Paige, same way, has a way to connect with the crowd. Stuff like that. And then Charlotte, on the other hand. You know, here's what I don't understand. Is forever ago... They tried keeping her distant from her father, as in keeping her distant... They tried keeping their careers separate, as in trying to keep her distant from her father's career, meaning they're two different people, she can do whatever she wants, she's different in the aspect of stuff like that, you know. And I might have already said this too, but then you already have him coming out with her constantly, which granted, I guess that makes sense, but the point of it is she can flare arrogance, she can do what she wants, you know. They're not a Guerrero. They don't lie, cheat, and steal, but they do. But they're dirtiest players in the game. But what I don't understand is why all of a sudden. Well, granted, it wasn't all of a sudden. But why try to keep her away from her father's career? Try to step her out of her father's shadow. And now, for the past however long it's been, a few months or whatever, they've been putting her into her father's shadow, pretty much. Or it at least seems like that to me, from what I've been seeing. Because, like, he's there Every time she's out in the ring, every time she's out commentating, he's right there next to her. Which, I don't know. I mean, really. I feel like it's kind of, I don't want to say redundant, but I guess it could be that. I don't know. But it's like, why put her in his shadow when you weren't doing that from the beginning, and all of a sudden it seemed like you're putting her in his shadow? Granted, she is champion, so I guess that makes sense. And again, they're very experienced in the game, do whatever they can, blah, blah, whatever. I don't know. But as for the match in general, for the Divas Championship match, again, I don't know how to feel about this match. It seemed like just an ordinary match to me. Like, Becky Lynch has gotten through however many opportunities now. She hasn't won a single one for the title. And again, I still feel like it makes sense to at least let Becky win one. You know, I feel like she deserves at least one championship under her belt. You know. And I feel like Becky should have won, but it didn't happen because obviously Flair gets involved, shit like that. I should have knew. I saw it coming, but oh well. But then at the end of the match, we got Sasha Banks come out off injury, because I guess she had a bad wrist injury or whatever. But she came out off injury, you know, attacked Becky, whatever, and then all of a sudden she looked all buddy-buddy with Charlotte. No! Banks aiming to Charlotte. And no offense, but Charlotte's body should not have fucking been like that. But I guess it makes sense, and I guess we're seeing Sasha Charlotte rivalry for the title now. Maybe Becky Lynch should be thrown in there. God knows however other many divas be thrown in there. But hey, kind of looking forward to see how this plays out. Granted, again, I don't understand the whole logic behind it right now, but oh well. But ultimately, Charlotte did win and retain the Divas Championship. And now comes the main event, which is the reason why everybody pretty much watches the Royal Rumble, because, you know what, fuck the other matches. We got the Royal Rumble match, one versus all, for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Instead of getting the opportunity at WrestleMania, you're getting the championship tonight. And ultimately, granted, compared to the Royal Rumble I don't want to say last year. Actually, no. Royal Rumble 2015 was an okay, but the booking for it was shit. And I mean literally shit last year. So, and 2014, Batista won. Granted, I don't really remember. Honestly, that was a pretty good Rumble, but people booed it and shit talked because Batista won. But, you know, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? You can't do shit about it. But as for this year's Rumble, I will say, I will do a category of what I liked and disliked, and it's probably more that I disliked than like, really. Well, I doubt that, but, you know, actually, no. But, granted, I will say this. This Royal Rumble match was pretty damn good. I mean, it wasn't like, they did keep it kind of top-heavy, I guess you could say, where, you know, it wasn't as, how there wasn't too many mid-carders, or there wasn't too many well-known guys on the roster. It was all kind of, this year, it was all kind of balanced out, you know, beginning, middle, and end, and it was booked, I think, really well this year compared to last year, honestly. And, you know, granted, too, you had the well-known stars in it, you know, you had people out in the beginning, you know, and then you had some of the least known ones, like, you know. And ultimately, I will say, again, it was a good Rumble. But as for what I liked, and as for what I disliked, I'm going to start with the negative first, because I'm just going to get this out of the way. 1. And this is something that I find really stupid. Are they really running out of... Well, I guess it's Kofi. But are they really running out of ideas for what Kofi is doing? I mean, seriously, like, one year he used the barricade. Another year he used the commentator's table's chair. one year he actually did a handstand to save himself. You know, are they running out of ideas for what he's doing? Because Royal Rumble 2015, oh, the Rosebuds helped save him, you know. This year, it was Big E who helped save him by him landing on his shoulder, and then he gets eliminated anyway by a dropkick from, I think, Chris Jericho. But the point is, are they really running out of ideas for what Kofi's doing? Because if anyone watched Royal Rumble in past years, all those Kofi's had damn good saves on himself for what happened. But are they just getting lazy for what he's doing? Or is this him doing it by himself? I mean, granted, again, Royal Rumble's still good and all, but I think most of us can say part of the Rumble match with Kofi being in it, we look forward to what shit Kofi can do. We look forward to his stage, we look forward to whatever. He's not doing, I mean, again, last year was the Rosebuds, this year is the fucking Big E, and he still gets eliminated anyway. By freaking good drop kick outside the ring, you know, jump to soda jump. But I don't know. That's another thing in general. Number 2 for dislike. Hardly any surprise entrances this year. Granted, there's only 3, but one of them was elite. One of them was probably predictable, aka Triple H's. But fuck it, I'm happy with this Rumble, and I will get more on that here later. You know, we had Sami Zayn, which I kind of felt that was coming anyway, you know. And then we got AJ Styles. Now, I'm not saying I didn't dislike any of these surprise entrances. I just feel like when we watch the Rumble match, you know, again, that's another thing. People watch to see who's going to be in it, who's going to be surprised, you know, stuff like that. So ultimately, if I had to say something, there's 3. I feel like there should have been at least a couple more. Like I really didn't feel like there's really surprise entrances, because the only big surprise was near the beginning. That was AJ Styles. That was only, technically, if you think about that, might have been only one surprise entrance. You know, granted, nobody who was really paying attention to AJ Styles coming in at that time, or no one's really know that AJ Styles was going to come in, and AJ Styles of all people. And I bet you 9 times out of 10, but we'll get more on that later. That's actually probably, and 3 is probably a big one here. I felt like they wasted too many spots that could have went to either a surprise return or another star, like R-Truth, his entry to the Rumble. Granted, I'm not going to say I didn't enjoy it right now, but, you know, him just come in, goof around, you know, he didn't even do anything, really. I mean, I'm not going to say it's a bad thing, but I just feel like they wasted, you know, Big Show, him being in it kind of wasted a spot, I felt like. I'm trying to think who really felt like to me wasted a spot. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I mean, granted, again, I don't care. I was well booked and stuff like that, but the point of it is, it just felt like there's too many wasted spots, and I mean, you know, they could have had people return. They could have brought in Finn Balor, of all people. They could have introduced the Balor Club at Royal Rumble, aka, you know, Balor taking over the Bullet Club, you know, because I guess the Bullet Club did something with WWE too. Could have introduced Bullet Club members. Could have had some sort of rivalry, AJ Styles. You know, it just felt, I don't know. I felt like there's too many wasted spots, but yet there's still too little opportunity. Like they didn't take the opportunity to let some people come in that I felt like should have came in. But that's my 3 dislikes. Not enough surprise entry, too many wasted spots, and there's one more there I don't even remember now. I don't even remember now. Whoops. That's stupid. I don't even remember. I don't even remember what all of them were now, but, you know. But, on with my likes. And this one, I can't... Actually, no. I can go with another dislike, too, and make it 3 or 4, whatever the fuck number this is, actually. And I can also say the way they booked Reigns for the Rumble, too. I mean, they basically pulled a Super Cena trick with Reigns. Like, really? You had him beat up. Yeah, I don't understand. Like, you have him... I just don't understand. Why have Roman Reigns pull a Super Cena where he gets hurt? You know, you have the League of Nations come in, drag him out, beat him up, put him through the announce table. You know, he's not eliminated from Rumble. You know, but then he goes in, you know, and goes backstage. You know, he has a nice rest, comes back, Super Cena's it. Granted, he still doesn't win, but he still Super Cena'd it pretty much. And honestly, I felt like that would have been better off if we had some sort of. I felt like it would have been better off if we had some sort of controversy with the title, you know. If whoever won, I'm not gonna say who won. Obviously, everybody probably knows who won by my thumbnail. But why not have some kind of controversy? I mean, granted, it would have been cliche, but it would have been nice to have some kind of controversy, you know. And it will set. I feel like it would set up if they're trying to do a Roman Reigns Triple H feud for Rumble. Or not for Rumble, for WrestleMania. I felt like if Roman Reigns didn't come back after getting injured that night from the Rumble, that it would have set up a better feud, I think, for the title because, you know, obviously that's just Grant already said, the game, Triple H won, you know, and if he would have won, just straight out won, you know, Reigns never technically got eliminated. He was injured, he had to go back, and, you know, stuff like that. He wasn't cleared to compete the rest of the night, whatever. I really felt like that would have set a feud up a whole lot better than what they did. But, granted, oh well. But, as to what I liked, obviously, AJ motherfucking Styles. Finally in WWE, you know, he had that gangster rap music, which I don't know if it was him entering or when the fucking Social Outcast rating that we all thought Jeff Hardy. Is it Jeff Hardy? Because the music had like the Social Outcast, that's who it was, had that same beat too that I had almost started off as Jeff Hardy theme, but it's like, god damn it. Because there's been rumors even turning out. But anyway, enough about that though. Again, it's just kind of bullshit to me. Like, I don't know. Anyway, but what I liked, obviously, AJ Styles entering. You know, he did, for what he did, obviously, ring to ring, no matter what ring you're in, you're going to do different, capable. You know, I thought AJ Styles, for his debut in the WWE, his official debut, he did pretty good. I felt like, you know, he could have done better, but I felt like, you know, and with the people he was with, like Jericho's, people like that, and the people he was mixed in with, I felt like he done really, really good for his debut, you know. And I'll give him the benefit of the doubt since every ring isn't the same you step into, but hey. AJ Styles. Marking the fuck out, whatever the fuck you want to call it. AJ motherfucking Styles, simple as that, you know. Let's see. The Wyatt family takeover. It was obvious this was coming. Actually, no, granted, too. Wait, before I say that, too. AJ Styles. I don't know, though, how I feel about him getting eliminated by Kevin Owens. I mean, I guess it makes sense because I guess they have history together. Somewhat, you know, ROH style, you know, New Japan, stuff like that. They have some sort of history together. But I just don't know how I feel about that. I mean, granted, I guess it makes sense. But not everybody knows about this feud, so I guess it makes sense that they have history together. So like, oh, let's have Owens be eliminated, or let's have Owens eliminate him, whatever. Out of everyone that could have really eliminated AJ Styles, so, but oh well, you can't really complain. But number 2 for what I liked, freaking, again, the Wyatt family takeover. I don't care what people say about this. Granted, you know, Brock Lesnar came out number 23, 22, whatever it was, and it was like 20 something. You know, he came out, decided, oh, you know, he eliminated Harper, Rowan, and Strowman literally twice, pretty much. You know, 2-3 times, you know, and then all of a sudden, you know. And I guess either they're setting up Brock versus Wyatt at WrestleMania, or Strowman versus Brock at WrestleMania. Whichever one it is, I don't know. But I assume more so it'd be Bray versus Brock. But ultimately, I don't understand, though. I guess it makes sense, you know, that they can't really book Brock to where he defeated Undertaker, so I guess he can't have many challenges, but fuck it. I enjoyed the Wyatt family takeover in general. You know what? Wyatt fucking family. Simple as that. Not really, you can see by the beard and the hair, you know, but still. Simple as that. Wyatt family takeover, I enjoyed. And, granted, and I can't really say there's not much I did enjoy. Again, the booking was good about the Rumble, stuff like that. But I don't know. I obviously there's other stuff I enjoyed too, like all the big names they had. Again, Jericho. Just all AJ Styles coming, all the bigger names they had, you know, which were pretty good. Granted, too, the final four wasn't as predictable because I think it came on the Wyatt, Reigns, Triple H, and fucking who was the other one? Ambrose. Yeah, that was the final four if I remember right. Reigns, Ambrose, Wyatt, and Triple H. And what I found really funny too is I did not expect the final two to be Triple H and Dean Ambrose. That's what I like too. The final four wasn't really that predictable either, which was kind of good, I guess. But you know, H versus Ambrose, fucking. You know, it gave people a hope that Ambrose was going to win, but obviously he didn't. And then now we have your new 14-time, you know, he has to get up there something. He has to beat Cena some way. Yes, you know, but your new 14-time World Heavyweight Champion, the Game, the King of Kings, the Cerebral Assassin, the Mutterhead Lycan, Sledgehammer Wilden, Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, as your new 14-time World Heavyweight Champion. And I don't care what people say. People will say I'm bandwagoning. People can say fuck off. People will say, oh, this drum will suck because the Game won. No. Fuck off. Triple H as your champion. Fuck off. Simple as that. Best into a Rumble. Or that's probably as predictable and obvious as it was. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. I wanted to see the Game get at least one more championship before he retired. I wanted this. And people say, oh, I'm bandwagon. No. And oh, you never said this before. Well, I did in so many words. People would actually listen. But, you know what? Triple H is your new champion 14 times. Why the fuck not? I'm not mad about it. I'm actually happy about this. And hey, what more can I say? And Triple H is who I was most pulling for. And obviously, Triple H is who won the Royal Rumble match. So, there you go. And that does it for my WWE Royal Rumble 2016 pay-per-view results and review. Ultimately, I just me blabbing on about random shit this whole time. And the sense is that after watching other people's videos that I kind of thought, which I do sometimes do that, you know, but these are my own thoughts too. But sometimes I will go around and I will watch other people's videos just to get a grasp of what I'm thinking, you know. See what I agree with and what I don't agree with, you know, just as a sense to help my videos a little bit. But, you know, people can say, oh, well, that's cheating. That's on your own thoughts. Well, obviously, yes, but kind of it is my own thoughts. Again, I see what I agree with and what I don't agree with and what makes sense, and it helps me a little bit repeat. But, yeah, that's my prediction and review. Or not prediction, my results and review. Until next time, guys, live free and rock.